In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on April 17, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Cleveland Guardians versus Baltimore Orioles. The Cleveland Guardians and the Baltimore Orioles square off again this Thursday as MLB action continues at Camden Yards. This will be the third consecutive game between the Guardians and Orioles, and so far, the series is tied at 1 win apiece. Through the first 2 matchups, Cleveland has actually out-hit Baltimore 19-15. But despite that, they've been outscored 12-7. A big storyline this season has been how much Cleveland's starting rotation has stepped up. Quite the shift from last year, when their bullpen was what kept them in games. In this series, though, the Guardians' bullpen has given up runs in both games, while Baltimore's relievers have really shut the door. So, heading into this third contest, there's plenty of intrigue. On the hill for Cleveland, we've got Tanner Bibee, while Tomoyuki Sugano will take the ball for Baltimore. Bibee has looked sharp in 2 of his 3 starts this year, but both of those outings were against the Kansas City Royals, who, to be fair, ranked near the bottom in team batting average. In his lone rough start, he was hit hard by the Los Angeles Angels, allowing 9 hits, 7 runs, and 4 home runs. Sugano, on the other hand, has been dependable in his first 3 starts in the majors, though he's only pitched a total of 14 innings. It looks like the Orioles are still hesitant to let him go deep into games, which could mean we'll see their bullpen get a fair bit of action again today. Overall, this game looks like a toss-up, and that's exactly what the betting odds are showing. But if you're looking for an edge, it probably comes down to the pitching. Bibee still hasn't proven himself against a lineup with decent numbers, and the Orioles hitters have done well against him in the past, with a combined batting average of .308. Meanwhile, if Sugano can give Baltimore 4 or 5 solid innings, the bullpen should be more than capable of taking it from there, especially since they've already handled Cleveland's bats well in the first 2 games. As our first pick for this matchup, the Baltimore Orioles money line is our full game side pick. Looking at the offenses, neither squad has been lighting it up this year. Both lineups have team batting averages sitting under .235 and OPS numbers that haven't cracked .700 yet. Baltimore has only scored more than 4 runs in a game 3 times all month. Cleveland's pitching has been the anchor of their success. They've won 6 of their last 7, and in that stretch, they've given up an average of just 1.9 runs per game, never allowing more than 4. Bibee has tossed scoreless outings in 2 of his 3 starts, while Sugano has done a good job settling in during the early part of his MLB career. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Detroit Tigers. The Kansas City Royals are heading to Michigan on Thursday to face off against the Detroit Tigers at Comerica Park. Even though the Royals have gotten the better of the Tigers in recent matchups, winning 6 of their last 10 games against Detroit, the Tigers have been heating up lately. They've come out on top in 4 of their last 5 games, finishing off 2024 with a sweep that gave them real momentum. This game marks the first time these 2 are clashing in 2025. Kansas City hasn't had much luck away from home so far, starting 2-7 on the road, while Detroit has looked solid at home, hosting a 5-1 record. These American League Central matchups can be unpredictable, sure, but all signs point to a strong start for the Tigers in this series. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. There's been no shortage of runs scored in this rivalry in the past, but things have started to quiet down. Last season, 3 of their final 4 meetings ended with a total of 6 runs or fewer, hinting at a shift in how these games are playing out. The Royals, for their part, have hit the under in 8 of their last 10 games overall. In those matchups, they managed to score just 22 runs total. The Tigers have been keeping things tight too. 7 of their last 10 have gone under, and in their 6 home games this year, they've only allowed 15 runs. So while the rivalry has been high scoring in the past, the numbers suggest a lower scoring game this time around. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Yankees versus Tampa Bay Rays. The New York Yankees are hitting the road to open up a 4-game set on Thursday in Florida, taking on their American League East foes, the Tampa Bay Rays. Fresh off a 4-2 win over the Kansas City Royals on Tuesday, the Yankees have started to find a little rhythm. They've now won 2 straight and 3 out of their last 4, which has helped them inch into a slim lead at the top of the American League East, just half a game ahead. On the other side, Tampa Bay fell 7-4 to the Boston Red Sox on Tuesday, bringing an end to what had been a 2-game win streak. The Rays are currently trailing New York by 2 games in the division. The Yankees narrowly took last year's season series from the Rays, finishing 7-6 overall. This year, things are shaping up to be just as tight. With New York familiar enough with the Rays' home turf, they won't be walking in blind, but this is still no easy road trip. They'll be facing off against Taj Bradley, who's been sharp so far this year. The Yankees bats had a rough go against him last season, managing only a single run over 13 innings. And with the 24-year-old already showing strong form out of the gate, the odds lean toward Tampa Bay having the edge. Plus, while the Rays are already at home and settled, the Yankees have to make an overnight trip to get there, which never helps. New York has broken even on the road so far this season at 3-3, while the Rays have been solid at home, holding an 8-5 record at Steinbrenner Field. As our first pick for this matchup, the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. When these two clubs clashed last year, the over came through in 7 of their 13 games, with 1 game pushing. In 10 of those matchups, at least one team scored 5 runs, and in 4 of them, a team put up at least 7. Bradley's success against this Yankees lineup is something to keep an eye on, and he's been just as steady this season. Still, with the way the Yankees have been swinging the bat lately, they might find a way to push across a few runs, even if Bradley makes it tough. Before Wednesday's game, New York had scored 4 or more runs in 5 of their last 6 contests. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay's offense has also shown some punch lately, scoring 6 runs or more in 3 of their last 5 outings and averaging 5.2 runs a game at home this year. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Cardinals versus New York Mets. The St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets are set to kick off their series this Thursday. The Cardinals are heading to New York after finishing a couple of home series on a high note, going 2-1 against both the Phillies and the Astros. Meanwhile, the Mets are back at home after a mixed bag of results, splitting series on the road with the Athletics and the Twins. There's a good chance the Mets get the edge here just because they're playing at home, and on paper, they've got more talent. But things don't always play out that way. The Mets didn't look sharp in their last outing, and Canning hasn't exactly been lights out lately. He's given up 15 hits and 7 runs over 15 innings and has walked 8 batters. On the flip side, the Cardinals just wrapped up a solid series win against the Astros, and their pitching has been dialed in. Palante, in particular, has looked strong. He's allowed just 10 hits and 4 runs over 16.1 innings, including 7 shutout frames against the Phillies. When you weigh it all out, there's solid value in backing the Cardinals here, especially with the favorable odds. As our first pick for this matchup, the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. When it comes to scoring, the under on the team total has been a reliable trend in Mets games this season. It's hit in 13 of their first 18, and 5 of those came at home. That trend lines up with the Cardinals, too, who have seen the under cash in 6 of their last 7 outings. If you look at the head-to-head matchups between these two teams going back to August of last year, 7 of the last 10 games have also hit the under. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Angels versus Texas Rangers. The Major League Baseball slate rolls on this Thursday with a matchup out of the American League West, featuring the Los Angeles Angels squaring off against the Texas Rangers. This one's shaping up to be a gritty divisional battle, and both teams have plenty to prove. The Angels are looking to bounce back, while the Rangers will try to keep the momentum rolling. I just can't bring myself to back Kumar Rocker as the favorite here. He hasn't shown enough yet, not in any way that inspires trust. I also think the Angels struggled on Wednesday because they were up against a southpaw, something they clearly weren't prepared for. Sure, it's frustrating to see them make Patrick Corbin look like some kind of Cy Young ace, but I'm not too worried. The fact is, the Halos have been raking against right-handers lately, maybe better than anyone else in baseball over the past week. That tells me they are in a prime position to bounce back and avoid getting swept. I expect them to jump on Rocker early and not let up. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Angels money line is our full game side pick. Neither team has exactly been crushing the ball lately, but this feels like the perfect kind of spot for the bats to wake up. The starting pitching doesn't give you a whole lot to feel good about, and like I said earlier, Jack Kochanovich and Kumar Rocker haven't done much to change that narrative. On top of that, both bullpens have been shaky, and the Angels' relief corps in particular looks downright rough, maybe one of the worst out there right now. I'm banking on the offenses stepping up and putting runs on the board. Tuesday's series opener only gave us 13 combined hits, but to be fair, both Tyler Mahle and Yusei Kikuchi were sharp on the mound. Thursday's a different story, as our second pick for this matchup over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.